Morning everyone, so day 48 and we're starting the day. We've just come up and we've crossed onto a bridge here just coming out of Tulln. We're going to go onto the north side of the Danube and then I've got about 27 miles to run today into Krems. It looks like it's going to be more of this. I think you can see down here you get these paths that run right along the river. We're going to have more of that over here and it's going to stretch all the way along to Krems, so it should in theory be brilliant running today. Sun, I mean it already feels fairly warm, but hopefully it's not going to get crazy, but we're going to get some stunning views. It should be flat as a pancake. My only issue today might be that there might not be quite so many water stations, so I'm probably going to have to make it to halfway with the water that I've got. I've woken up, as is the case, sometimes you run well, then the next day you feel a bit tired. This morning I feel a little bit creaky. Some of my sort of tendons are a bit tight even though I've walked the first mile out, but sometimes that changes when you get running. I will see how it goes, take it easy if I need to. No particular hurry today, and yeah, I mean mine's in a good place. Actually looking forward to this one today, and yeah, can't believe we're closing in on stage number 50 days of running, but one day at a time, eh? We'll get there to the end of today. Aim is just to get there intact. So anyway, look at this. That there is the beautiful Danube. I've got this for company all day long, so let's go do it.
Pillows for your head. I got everything we need right here. We be up all night through the highs and the lows. We be picking fights till it's out of control. Then we say sorry like it's nothing. Yes, that's how we roll. The highs and the lows. Fights till it's out of control. Then we say sorry like it's nothing. Yes, that's how we roll. The highs and the lows. Oh, 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 oh. So call me on a late night. Tell me you could come by. Just count on me tonight. We'll be up all night through the highs and the lows. We be picking fights till...
So 7 kilometers to go. I'm closing in on Krems. It's been beautiful really, the route, but I'm struggling today. A lot of things not quite working out with the legs. A bit of a grumbling at the very base of my Achilles, or even the base of the heel. My little toe is still sore. The shoes, I have a feeling that these speed 3s may have collapsed. I don't know, but they're kind of on both sides, the sort of plantar. It feels like it's getting kind of stretched a bit more than it was before. And I don't know, there's just something not right. The shoes are not feeling as comfortable. So maybe they've done their day and their miles are up, but it's gotten to about 27 degrees now. And after yesterday's finish was kind of elation. I ran so well for the last 10k. Today is the opposite. I'm at a crawl basically. And the last 19k's have seemed to take a decade. Like it hasn't really felt like I'm getting any closer, but still moving and I'm going to get there. So that's all that matters. Just got to, again, managing things, be sensible. If it takes a little longer and I go a little slower and I get there intact, that's all good. So anyway, yeah, we're nearly there.
It's out of control. Then we say sorry like it's nothing. Yes, that's how we roll. The highs and the lows. Oh.
So end of day 48, I've just been and had, I think my fourth or fifth schnitzel since entering Austria about 2 days ago, via a massive ice cream, which I had before I had dinner, which is what you can do when you're running 48 marathons in 48 days. You're allowed to do those things. Ross, who I met in Vienna, recommended I go to this ice cream shop here, which was the best ice cream in the whole of Austria. It was really very delicious, so I went and had that. It was going to close at 7 though, so I had to get it in early. Anyway, about the run. Today's run was, best described as an absolute struggle, really. It was beautiful, but there were so many things that were difficult. My legs, I think today, lots and lots of grumbling and lots of fatigue came out in various different places. My little toe's still not right. The underside of both of my feet has been, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like they've had enough of being walked on. That's really how they feel. And I think what's actually maybe happened is that the shoes, now I've done about 586 miles in this pair of Speed 3s, and I think they might have collapsed a bit, and I think they might have lost the support, particularly sort of under the arches a little bit, and I think that's causing a bit of problems. So I've hopefully got a new pair coming out with Andy, who's coming to run with me. He leaves tomorrow. I'll see him on Saturday morning. So I've pretty much only got to get through one more 22 miler tomorrow, which is quite short in these shoes. Then hopefully I'll get some new shoes and that might fix the problem. That's my hope anyway. It might just be that I've run 48, the equivalent of 48 marathons in 48 days. But yeah, I had like calf on the right leg, started to hurt at one point. The Achilles, the very base of the Achilles in my heel was grumbling at one point. That disrupted my flow. I also just didn't really get started properly, and I think that's one of the things that I really know about being out here, that momentum is everything, and getting that early momentum is very, very important. You start early, and it's really nice if you look down at your watch before you've even thought about what you're doing much, and you've run 7 miles and you're in a bit of a flow, because it just takes a big chunk out of that out of the day. Mentally, you're sort of already, quite a way into whatever it is that you're going to do, whether it's 26 or 40. And I didn't really have that. I looked down at my watch today because of various things, and I'd done, about 4 miles in an hour and a half, and then the opposite happens. It's quite a negative sort of feeling. I tried desperately to get into some kind of rhythm, use lots of tactics, like stopped, had a half an hour break, ate some more food I bought from the supermarket. Didn't really work. I think one of the things that disrupted my flow a lot was that the route changed, because I got to a point where luckily I can read a bit of German, because I would have gone on. The paths weren't closed, but there was a sign saying that eventually after about 7 Ks there was going to be a dead end and you wouldn't be able to get through it. I spotted that, so I was running the north bank, and luckily I was able to get a bridge across back to the south bank, but it meant I had to completely change the route, and that meant quite a lot of fiddling and looking at phones and all that kind of stuff, which again, it just becomes a bit stop-start. You sort of run 500 meters and then you have to look and see, am I going left or right, all that kind of stuff. So it was just a bit of a bitty day. And then, 19 kilometers to go, there were signs to Krems where I am now. 19 kilometers never taken that long. I just seemed to go on for absolutely forever. I was like, really? I'm sure I was seeing signposts that said 19 Ks for about 4 days out there today. That's how it felt. And I just moved badly, really. I guess, if you want to call it badly, I struggled. I got it done, and that's the main thing. That's all really that counts when you get to the end. Is you get to the end intact, and I leave it behind now. It's done. It's over. I'm here. Tomorrow's a new day. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, it wasn't pretty out there today. I really sort of struggled a bit mentally, a bit physically, and just had to find a way of moving through it. At one point, I stopped and sat on some steps. I was running through absolute beauty. It was such a wonderful route, really, right close to the Danube, blues and greens, and it was just flat and majestic and wonderful, and that really helped drag me along. At one point I decided I'm just going to sit on these steps that sort of go down actually right into the water, and I haven't really done much of this, and just take 20 minutes or whatever it was. I sat there just to breathe, took the pack off, just sit and breathe and enjoy the river and soak it up, and forget that I've got to get to B. I'm only halfway. And it was wonderful. It didn't help me run better after, but it was a moment that I won't forget. It was just one of the most beautiful spots that I've run through so far. I think it's really important to have those moments along this journey, and yeah, I'm really glad that I did it. I'm still feeling happy. Krems is a beautiful town as well. It was a really nice town. Now that I've been wandering around, it's one of these that's got a really sort of nice old town, which is it's the kind of thing I really love. So I've had a nice little wander around, got myself water and supermarkets nearby, so set up for tomorrow. Got a nice breakfast. I might give myself a bit of a lie-in tomorrow because I've only got to do 20 miles tomorrow. And then there are other things coming up. Like I think tomorrow is almost my last day where I'm going to be alone, really. I've got my family coming out on the 18th. And that was another thing today I really missed. I found myself... Yeah, I found myself struggling today. I missed them. And I think that was playing on my mind an awful lot. Like it's been a long time since I've seen them again now. You know, after Belgrade and all of that, I had this kind of... I'd seen him and I had that enough to sort of carry me through and various other things going on. But yeah, today I don't know, I had this sort of feeling like I wanted to go home, a bit homesick, wanted to give my little boy a cuddle and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're now in 7 days' time, I'll be able to do that. So I've just got to get through these 7 days, and then I think things get a lot easier. And I've got some good company in the meantime. It's going to help me over those lumps and bumps, and then we'll enter Germany for the final stage. So provided I can wake up tomorrow and some of these niggles sort of drift away or whatever, manage it, go slowly, get through that, then, you know, I'm hoping that we're all going to be good. So yeah, I think the other thing, I think sometimes when you've got people with you though, I sort of been saying like your focus can soften a bit. You know, it's almost like you sort of, when I'm on my own, everything is zeroed in, like it's tight, it's focused. I do bang, 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 bang in terms of my process. When I've got other people around me, that sort of goes a bit flaccid, and you can take your eye off the ball a bit. It swings and roundabouts, like it's 50-50, because it's great to have them, and you need to have these moments, which Dimitar sort of said is like, you know, you need to be a human being, Kieran, and not just a runner. And that's what they bring. But at the same time, there are these moments that you realise you've relaxed a bit. And you don't take your eye off the ball, but it's that laser focus and that intensity that I think maybe even gives you the momentum in the morning or whatever it is. You know, you maybe just lose that a little bit. Which is, I can't quite work out whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, because I think being that intense all the time might not actually be helpful either. But so we're sort of riding waves and stuff. But the other thing I sort of think is actually, as we get deeper into this, I think the fatigue days seem to be coming a little bit more frequently, which is, you know, hardly surprising. You know, I used to get them, you know, maybe one every sort of 4 or 5 days. I'd have one where I struggled quite a lot, but now they seem to be coming sort of every other day. And classic, you know, I said it last night in the video, when you have one good day, very often the next day isn't as good. And that's just maybe because you know, one of the reasons you've run well the day before, you put a lot of effort in, and you spend a little bit more than you should on that day, and then the next day you haven't got quite as much to put in. But hey, listen, every day, you know, is just one day at a time, and I'm still overall feeling strong. I'm feeling mentally tough. I'm so buoyed by all the comments and all the messages and the support and the kindness and all the things that are coming through. You know, it all means a great deal, and knowing that I'm not doing this on my own. I've got kind of a lot of people at my back, you know, virtually, and, you know, and then people out here in real life. It's fantastic. So yeah, I can't believe 48 days. I mean, that leaves us, I think I've got 19 days left to run pretty much, if all goes well. It seems crazy, but anyway, I better go and get some sleep so that tomorrow I can complete one of those. As ever, thank you for your support. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to maybe hit up the donations link down below if you've not done already, or if you can share that. I think we've broken kind of £4,000 now, but would really like to get that up even more. So I'll stick it in the caption. And yeah, all your support is very, very welcome. But yeah, I'm off to get some kip.